Hi there, this is Mark Schouder with Sotheby's International Realty with another episode of Poway Today. Today I'm here with Amy Hsiao of Hsiao Law. Welcome, Amy.
Hi, thank you so much for having me, Mark.
Why don't you tell us about what you do and about your firm?
Hi, so I am an estate planning attorney. My firm is a boutique law firm that helps people protect their assets and keep their family out of court.
And when did you decide to go into law?
Oh, it's way back when, so I started my firm in 2014, and prior to that, I was actually working in a big law firm in Carmel Valley. It's Foley and Lardner. Yeah.
And you decided, I'm done with the big law firm, I'm going on my own?
Yes, the backstory was that at that time we were doing a lot of transactional basis.
And so you got into law back in when?
Oh, I started my law firm in 2015, but prior to that, I was actually working in a big law firm.
Okay.
And at that time, we were charging hourly, so people did not want to call us. Nobody wanted to charge $300 for talking to a lawyer 6 minutes. And then at that time, I also had clients who come in and would ask me, "Oh, can you take a quick look at my trust?" And I look at it. Turned out that their trust doesn't do anything to protect their houses or to protect their assets. At that time, I kind of had a re-evaluation of how I want to show up in the world as a lawyer and how I want to serve the community. And that's when I decided to go out on my own so I can serve my clients the way I think they deserve to be served.
So before, when you were at the big law firm, you were doing...
I was doing litigation. So what that means is when people's trust or wills go wrong, when it doesn't work, that's when they came to me. Gotcha. So I really got to see what went wrong.
So now...
What does not work.
Yeah, so now what you're doing is you're helping people prior to getting into those problems.
Exactly. So preventatively. We don't want you to go there at all. So what can we do now?
Got it. And what motivates you? What gets you up in the morning every day to come to work?
I love working with families and business owners. I myself have a 3-year-old, a toddler son.
Right.
I guess you can say he's the reason that motivates me. I want to make sure that families who are similar to me or my family are protected and the family members don't ever have to go to court. And their assets are protected in their family, so nothing has to go to court.
Right. Yeah. Avoiding court is probably the best thing you can do, I would presume.
Yeah.
And what surprised you the most about running your own firm?
Running my own firm, I think it was very. I shouldn't say surprised. I kind of was expecting it, but most people come in with pieces of information that are not necessarily correct. Sometimes they do we all do a lot of Google search, right? And then they come in and they may say, "Oh, I just need a will." Like they come in with a very specific idea of what they want. But after going through their assets and family situations, we realize that what they came in for is not nearly as sufficient as what they wanted to accomplish.
So you help them through that process, educate them the right way to benefit.
Yes, my goal really is to educate people so that people can walk away from my office feeling empowered and educated, regardless of whether they want me to actually implement their plan or create their trust or wills for them. But I want people to have the correct legal knowledge so that they don't just do something thinking that their family is protected and then, having this false sense of security.
And then they can share that knowledge going forward.
Oh, absolutely,
yeah. What do your clients love about you?
Oh, they love that I'm so personable. I think what they have been saying about me is very personable and responsive. I really make it a policy for my firm. We take good care of our clients. Our goal is to be people's personal family lawyer. I always tell my clients, really the difference is our goal is a long-term relationship, right? So not just a transaction. You don't just come in for just a will and then I never talk to you again. My goal is to really make sure that when your family needs it, this will or this trust actually does what it should do to protect you and your family. surprisingly, 80% of the wills and trusts created out there don't work for reasons that I could just go on and on and on about.
So is it that they do it themselves, or they buy something online that they think, will suffice? And
Yeah, so just use an analogy. If you think of a trust like a treasure box, so the only way that the treasure box can protect your treasures is if the treasures are actually inside of the treasure box, right? A lot of the times we see people create these treasure boxes,
right,
but their assets are still out there, right? If they have a house, the house was never retitled to the treasure box, the trust. And that's the majority of the reason of why they don't work.
So they need to get everything in their treasure box.
Yes.
Bank accounts, real estate, everything.
Yes.
So rental properties too, everything. Everything should go in the trust.
Yeah. And there are a lot of details, in how you can put that in your trust, and that's what I help my clients with.
Right.
Yeah.
So what are your greatest challenges that you've run into?
The greatest challenges is getting people to really looking beyond the current moment, right? Like a lot of the times people are just like, oh, I don't think I need that. But 10 years from now, or like 20 years from now, that's when things happen, and that's when the cost, typically $20,000 or $30,000, is imposed upon the family by the court. And that's my job. My job is to educate people so that they can see maybe 20 years from now or 10 years from now, so that they can actually proactively prevent it from happening.
How often do people need to update their trust?
I usually suggest every 3 years. Well, really, it's anytime when you have any life-changing events, right? But typically, I find 3 years. And with my firm, I build in the 3-year review.
Okay.
And so we'll send out an automatic reminder to clients, so they need to, it's kind of like when you go see a dentist, right?
You get the postcard.
Time to see me. So that's when we remind our clients to kind of check in with us and see if anything needs to be updated.
And it's changed, like a birth and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And share with me, some information that people might appreciate hearing from you.
Yeah, so one giveaway, a very important legal knowledge, just in case you don't know yet, is about the probate process. So if you own a home, and the home or the house, the fair market value of which is over $50,000, then
is pretty easy here.
Like if you own a home at all, then that property has to go through probate court. If you were to pass, right? And what that means, it's going to cost like it's going to cost 5% of that property.
Okay,
so
and that's if you don't have a trust.
If you don't do any estate planning.
Right.
If you have no plan in place, the state has a plan for you, which is to go to court and which is to pay the money.
And pay taxes, basically what it is, right? Yeah. So the key thing is have an estate plan.
Have an estate plan, yeah. Now I don't always say that you always have to have a trust, because it kind of depends on what your goals are.
Okay.
So my recommendation is always to start with a reality check of what you own, and then from there we can discuss your family goals and what you want to accomplish, and then I would give some recommendations.
Okay, it's not a one-size-fits-all.
No, absolutely not. And so when you go online and see these people offering like $500 a trust or $1,000 a trust, then it's pretty certain that it's a cookie cutter type of trust, because how could they know what is going on with you and your family? How could they customize a plan for you when they know nothing about you?
So basically those plans are generic, and then once they start customizing it, cha-ching. The add-ons come, the a la carte.
Yes.
Okay. Anything memorable in all the years that you've been practicing that you want to share? Touching stories from...
I just love it when my clients involve me and notify me of their family changes. Like we recently just had, one of our clients just had a new baby, and she let me know immediately, and I was just so happy for her. And we really appreciate our clients, and we try to host these client appreciation events, and our clients really love them. Like, for example, the Santa photos in December. If you want to do that, get on my list.
Call Amy. So speaking of that, what's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
You can call my office at 858-386-0998 or go onto my website, which is www.hsiaolaw.com. Hsiao is my last name, which is spelled out as HSIAOLAW.com.
Awesome. And anything else we haven't touched on that you want to share with anybody?
I think that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Just call me if you need any help
Questions
or
answered?
questions, yeah.
Okay. Very good. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Mark.
This is Mark Schauder with Sotheby's International Realty with another episode of Poway Today.
Thanks.